I'm not 100% sure what I'm hearing. I'm assuming it's one of these trees. But that is such a weird noise. Comment down below if you guys know what that is. I'm wondering if it's not this tree touching that tree, and when they move, it's like the branch against the other branch, maybe? That was a really weird noise, though. It sounded like an old creaky door opening, like... That was actually a little alligator. I thought that was a piece of wood, so I threw a rock in the water and he took off. Yeah. It was just chilling right in here. I literally thought that was a piece of wood that just looked like a little alligator. But nope, it was a little alligator. Huh. You don't realize how good alligators actually blend in with their environment till something like that happens, because it looked like an alligator, but it also just looked like any of these pieces of wood just laying here on the edge. I mean, and like around the corner over there, there was tons of loose wood that had floated in, so I just assumed it was a piece of wood. Threw that rock in there and that thing went, meh. That's crazy. Which just goes to show, I've been told that they have been eliminating, euthanizing, whatever word you want to use, the alligators on this river because there was too many of them. But I didn't believe it. Ever since I was a kid, this river has been one of those that you just don't mess with because there's millions of alligators in this water. And I've wanted to go kayaking on this. But every time I think, oh, they've gotten rid of all the alligators, it should be fine. Nope, still alligators. And I ain't trying to go kayaking with alligators. Doesn't work out well for kayakers.
Welcome back, everyone. We are now learning more about a gator attack from earlier this month.
Yeah, 2 kayakers were bitten, one sent to the hospital after that reptile chomped down on a woman's elbow. It happened just south of Point Santa in the Tiger Creek Canal.
So many gators that one of them even managed to interrupt our interview.
I think I see one swimming over there.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you see him over there?
That is a good-sized gator right there.
I don't mean to stop you, but yeah, you're right. You're not kidding. There's so many of them here.
Some brand new pictures tonight showing the aftermath of a deadly gator attack.
That is the gator that Florida Fish and Wildlife says grabbed a woman right out of her canoe and killed her. FWC says 61-year-old Cynthia DeKima was with her husband when their canoe floated right over an 11-foot gator, startling it.
Welcome back, everyone. You guys ready to get in today's video? Today we are going to be talking about the rest of last year and how I ended up figuring out that a lot of it actually tied to Susan's farmhouse. This has been a video that I've been dreading actually making. I did want to have this out to you guys on Wednesday and it's now Friday, so that tells you I just have not wanted to make this video. And there's probably a lot of stuff that I'm going to forget or just not want to talk about, honestly, but the main gist of everything was after all that stuff happened up at Horseshoe Bend, I started noticing I was having a lot of dark thoughts that I don't normally have. I've never had in my life. And obviously being on YouTube, I want to be careful what I actually say, but I'm sure you guys know what I mean. It was just oppressive thoughts in my head that really got to me. And yeah, those kind of thoughts. You know what I'm talking about. I still can't believe that ever happened, honestly, because it's nothing that I've ever even considered. It's not even something that's ever crossed my mind. But spent a lot of time thinking about it last year. And I really couldn't put my finger on why or what was going on. I just knew I was really angry. I knew I was having trouble even liking myself, let alone loving myself. And that led to a lot of serious thoughts. Obviously, Mary was there to help me through a lot of it, but I had no real idea how to even get out of it or anything. The one thing that was kind of keeping me sane was I work 3 jobs now. So one thing that was keeping me sane was actually being out working, especially the landscaping part of my activities. But it is ridiculous how loud vehicles are nowadays. But I've also started doing a delivery job, and one of the deliveries I took me by Susan's farmhouse. And I didn't realize that something that I knew was going to happen would affect me that much. But the more I think about it, and if you guys go back through and watch my videos from that place, the very first night that I went to Susan's farmhouse, I got my name on the Ovilus device, which I don't think that ever happened before that, and it hadn't happened since. But just that alone was weird to me. The EVPs I was getting there, all the way to the point where I know some people probably don't believe it actually happened, but it really did happen. When I got pushed down and then the Ovilus said sit. I also have had times where I showed up there to shoot a video and ended up with a panic attack and not able to shoot the video. And I just never realized how, I don't know, connected I was to that place for some reason or another. And yeah. I went by, and this is basically what I saw. This is where the old farmhouse used to be, and Susan's farmhouse. And honestly, and also the Broken Rosary house, which was also part of that family farm when it originated back in the 1900s. But it's completely gone. There's not even a foundation. I think there's like one little pipe sticking up from, I would assume that was where the bathroom was, but other than that, there's nothing even left of that house being there. And I kind of started putting things together that I think when that house started getting torn down, whatever was in there latched to something that it had already connected to and started oppressing the shit out of me. I don't know how else to put it. Because once I realized that and started wrapping my mind around what it could be, started praying about it, a lot of that started lifting off of me, and I started getting way better mentally. I mean, it was affecting me mentally. It was affecting me physically. My blood pressure was through the roof, which, I mean, I'm out exercising, doing landscaping all the time and all this stuff. So, like, honestly, it's not like I don't get enough exercise. Shouldn't have been an issue yet. And, yeah, my blood pressure was through the roof. There was even points in time where I really couldn't even walk to the end of the street and back without being out of breath and tired, and just like it really affected the hell out of me. And even now I'm doing a lot better now, but even walking out here and stuff, it's taking a lot of energy. It's getting better, I will say. So that's a good thing, that at least I'm getting better But yeah, I don't know what else to think other than, like I said, whatever was in that location had connected with me in those times I had been there. And when it got freed from that house or whatever, it came after me with a vengeance. I didn't have anything to do with it getting torn down, so I don't know if that's what it was trying to blame me for, or if it was just looking for something to latch onto before it got banished to wherever it was going to. I don't know. But that's the gist of what happened last year. A lot of stuff that I'm probably leaving out and forgetting about. But the other thing that came out of that is I don't think I'm going to mess too much with the ghost hunting stuff anymore. I'm still going to do a lot of explorers and the stuff that I've been doing, but I think I'm going to stay away from the ghost hunting stuff because I just can't afford that in my life. I don't want that kind of power over me by something that I can't see like that. Like, it just, the more research I've done and the more I've listened to other ex-ghost hunters, I tend to believe what they're saying. And I know some of you are going to give me crap about this because you've been saying it for a very long time, but I would venture to guess that majority of the things that you make contact with aren't human spirits at all. And after what happened with Susan's farmhouse, that's almost cemented in my brain as being 100% true. So unfortunately, for those of you who like the ghost hunting stuff, I just don't think I want to put myself out there and in that anymore. It completely makes sense why people faked a lot of stuff, because going out and doing the real stuff, it's dangerous, and at some point it's just not worth it. And the other side of that is, nowadays, that little thing called AI, how do you believe anything you see doing ghost hunting anymore? I mean, me, who's 45 years old this year, doesn't really know anything about technology, really. I mean, it took me forever to figure out how to upload these videos, to edit videos. Nobody taught me how to do any of that stuff. I learned all on my own. But with AI, I was able to create this in 10 seconds. And I also did this in 10 seconds. So I'm just saying, it's one of those things that I think you're either really going to have to trust the person that you're watching, or be okay with being shown AI stuff and thinking that it's real, because I venture anybody to tell me how fake that video was of my dining room area having a paranormal activity event. I mean, it's virtually impossible to tell that that's not real unless I mark that it's AI. So that's another reason why it ain't worth it. AI is going to make videos for people that are going to blow people's minds, and real stuff really actually does screw with your life, and I don't want to deal with it anymore. So yeah, the one thing Susan's farmhouse did was change my mind about ghost hunting and make me want to get stronger in my faith, honestly. But we're out here today. All the times I came out here last year and the year before, this place was all underwater, so I couldn't make it. Sounded like a snake just went behind me. I couldn't really make it out this far before, so I just wanted to see what it looked like, and it looks like a very dangerous place to be walking around at night, so I might come out here and see what we can find at night. But thank you again for everybody watching these videos. Thank you for giving me a chance to explain myself. Thank you for all your love and support. Huge thank you to Miss Deborah S. have no idea what that is. Huh. Sounded like somebody was hammering nails into a tree or something. Yeah, I did want to say a huge shout out to Miss Deborah S. I'm not sure if that's your name on YouTube or not, and I didn't want to say your last name in case that's not the name you use on YouTube, but thank you so much for your support. I promise you, we will be getting into some exploring very soon. I just had to get all this stuff off my chest. Yeah. Be safe out there, my friends. I will see you very soon. Now that I got all of this off my chest, we're good to go. I'm good to go now. All right, my friends, we'll see you soon. Much love.